So we've last, I'd say, not even a year ago, last summer, we were sitting, me and some guys were sitting at work, and they were sitting talking about it, and I joined in on it, talking about, hey, we'd like to start a nonprofit to help veterans, right? Selfless kind of service, continue that. Most of the guys were retirees, and so we did. We formed it, and we said, hey, let's call this thing Vetcoin, because we were all talking about crypto and how it's starting to become mainstream. And but then we found out that the name was actually already copyrighted. So we actually called the guy, and he actually happened to be in Florida, and he happened to be a veteran. And he said he wanted to be in on it with us.
Really?
So and he put our first massive donation of money into it. But
what branch was he in?
He was Air Force.
Okay.
But so we started off this. It's called Vetcoin. Our founders is 10 different folks. So we got Army, Air Force, Marines there, and then we've also got retired State Department ambassador, so 30 plus years of State Department Foreign Service officer there, and then his son Miggy, which is kind of the 24-year-old in touch with tech and things of that nature. Figured out what are we going to do, right? So it was one of our mentor business mentors says come up with 3 verbs that you want to kind of drive, and as well as what your value statement is. So the verbs came up was connect, enable, and transform. And the other aspect or the value was service, right? We're giving that continuous selfless service. So we said, okay, right, that's kind of what we want to do is the verbs. How do you get after that? We had the Vetcoin thing, right? So we thought about it. We started thinking about the services we want to provide. How do you connect veterans, right? So one way to connect, we said is, hey, let's try to bring in together a repository of veteran businesses, that are service oriented or product oriented, as well as nonprofits support veterans. So we bring those together. We're designing an app kind of like Angie's List. So that's kind of the connect. Enable, all right, is through our technology utilizing a blockchain or coin, but as well as providing services to them or connecting them. Example of a service right now we're doing Enable is we're doing a small business grant. So at our May 12th event here in Tampa at the Tampa Club, it's on Eventbrite in the afternoon, 3 to 6. It's a free vet. We're going to talk veteran issues, but we're going to award a $5,000 grant to a small startup veteran business. So we have different small startups, veteran-owned businesses that are presenting their business plan. And then we're going to give them a $5,000 donation to continue to they can add to their capital. So that's kind of the connect and enable and then transform. The same thing. It's bringing the community together, continuing. We're looking at future for housing projects, jobs, transition and networking.
And this is all through like cryptocurrency funding?
Well, that's kind of through our nonprofit there, right? Then how we tie the crypto in. Right, crypto is just another means to kind of support and to pay or add funds into our nonprofit. So, example with the crypto, we have our own coin. It's called Vetcoin. So it's on the Polygon network. You can purchase it. Right now, we're building a liquidity pool before it goes onto a market. But it will also have what's called Vet Cash tied to the U.S. dollar that our vendors can use as people can use as form of payments with the vendors associated in our app. Wow. And then, like anything, everything has a transaction fee. In the crypto world, it's called a gas fee. But the transaction fee, instead of going back to MasterCard, like if you're using a credit card or Visa or American Express, things of that nature, or whatever, that goes back into our nonprofit. So we have on our site, breaks down our white paper, talks about where our expenses go and things of that nature. We're very transparent. We're not in competition with any other organization.
That helps.
But that's a form there of utilizing that, and then the blockchain. And then we're looking at how blockchain is going to change, how it's really going to change everyone's lives in society, but as we can use it to change veterans' lives also through NFTs, different digital contracts. And so we're exploring those options. So right now we're looking to work with an NFT company to make different military-style NFTs, the digital art, and a lot of other things. So it's growing rapidly. We're gaining a good foothold. We're building our liquidity, We've got our site. Our site also has a lot of educational material. So if you go to www.vetcoinhq.com, we've started an education series called Vetcoin Boot Camp.
Nice.
And so they're short 5-minute videos. Like example is first is how do you establish a MetaMask wallet, which is like your crypto wallet. Next is what is the blockchain? Then what is an NFT? How do you make one? How do you sell it? And so we start to educate. So we see a huge education piece to help inform folks. We've also started a founder series on there. So if you go on there, you see each one of the founders did 30 minutes, kind of what we're doing, talking.